Conversations with Jesus Christ, the living word of the Holy Bible, I'm going to give you some personal experiences because Jesus touches our lives even today. He told us he would never leave us orphaned. And I recently had a comment from one of my viewers saying that he believes in God, but he doesn't believe in Jesus Christ. Well, this time after this, I hope you will. If you want to meet him face to face, have a personal connection and divine union with him. I'll tell you a story about one of the visitors that came to our home a couple of years back around Easter, Pesach, and our Christian Orthodox Pascha, Easter, which always falls on the first weekend after the Jewish Passover, okay? She was Jewish, this girl was Jewish, she came to Athens, Greece, and she was going to spend Passover here, so she had to find somebody in our neighborhood that was of her religion, so that she would have Passover with them. And I asked her, I said, do you know anything about your religion? And she says, no. I said, what do you mean no? I mean, I was shocked because of the fact that there was such a heritage there. I said, you can't not know anything about your religion. And I said, look, you had Moses and the 12 tribes, the Exodus and the miracles, the Egyptian captivity and the miracles of how God took Israel during the Passover, what the Passover means. And she says, well, I don't believe in that. And I said, well, you should look into that. And she said, well, I don't. I said to her, do you know that the word of the Holy Bible is living? She says, no, I don't. I said, well, let me show you. And she says, well, I don't believe, I'm not Christian. I said, that's okay, we'll use the Old Testament. So I separated my Holy Bible and took the pages of the Old Testament. By the way, you can do this by talking to God through either the Old Testament alone, or the New Testament alone, or the Holy Bible, all of it, or just the Psalms, which is basically a brief of the Holy Bible. So this works with the Old Testament, New Testament, the Holy Bible, all of it, or the Psalms. And this is how God touched her. The first passage that fell to her was from the Old Testament, I am the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You notice that he introduced himself. I am the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And then we opened up the Old Testament again, and it fell to the 10 Commandments. And I was going through the 10 Commandments, and she said, no, I can't do that. I can't, it's not possible in this day and age, I can't do that. I said, what do you mean? She said, I can't do that. Because I found out that she was, by the way, I have 2 sons, but they were not married yet, but they weren't around. They were somewhere else in the basement, and I was talking to her in the kitchen on another floor. So, we had our privacy. She says, well, I'm on the pill. She was single, she was on the pill. Okay, that shows that she had a very intense love life. But the thing is that God introduced himself, and God showed her that he has commandments. And she came out with the fact that she was not holding the commandments. Okay? Notice that both of them had to do with Passover and the Exodus. The commandments were given 50 days after the Passover. Now, okay, there are so many. Every time you open up the Holy Bible, you have, one of the bishops told us, you have to ask yourself a question and it will answer you. Okay, Jesus will answer you, and he will tell you, he will show you that he's always with you. And I used to do this in the beginning when I found this out. I used to have half a thought in my mind and open the Holy Bible, And he would answer me. I would have a quarter of a thought and open the Holy Bible. Again, he would answer me. But about this girl, she says, I said to her, she was about to leave to go to Israel after Passover, spending in Athens. It's about an hour's flight from Athens to go to Israel. She was going to Tel Aviv, I think. Okay, so, and I said to her, I'll give you a way to believe in Christ. I said, put in your mind something now and ask him. But don't tell me and don't tell anyone. Only you will know. Don't tell anyone. And you'll see that he's going to do it. So she sent me an email a couple of days later from Israel. She said, I believe in him because what I asked him happened. So after that, she went from Israel, she went back to her university somewhere in Tennessee, and she was giving me a lot of, asking me a lot of questions. She said, do a Bible dip for me. And I would, she would, I would do that right on the spot. We would chat, and she says, do a Bible dip for me. And I did, and that's how we were doing it, She was getting a lot of fortitude from that. She eventually married a Christian man. I don't know, what her status is right now, but she does believe in Christ because of all this. Now, I would advise the person that told me that he doesn't believe in Christ to do the same thing. Put something in your mind, ask Christ, and he will answer you. And open up the Holy Bible, and he will answer you. Also, another thing that really helped me was the messages of True Life in God. One of my, I'll leave a link below for you for that, but one of my sons had a very strange dream. I believe it was a dream given to him by Christ. He had a dream that at the memorial service, 40 days after one of our priests, he was my father confessor, one of our priest passed away, he came to the funeral, but I didn't tell him to come to the memorial service 40 days later because he had exams. And I said, if I tell them they're not going to come, they have exams. And this was Friday towards Saturday. Saturday would be the memorial service. And he woke up Saturday. He said, Mom, I had this strange dream that I couldn't find the church where Father Marcos was. And I was crying. I was alone in the forest. And I was crying and I was asking, is there not anyone here that can help me? And then this young priest came over and asked me, what do you want? And I said, I want to find Father Marcos, his grave. I don't know where his grave is. And he took me there. And I said, oh, that must have been Jesus Christ, because my son knew where the grave was. But then I opened up the Holy Bible, I opened up True Life in God, and this is what the passage said. In reading these messages, you have to replace her name with your name. September 28th, 1986. Today, Jesus gave me a clear vision, intellectual vision of myself in nowhere. My surroundings looked like I was in a marshland with no one around me, and my spirit seemed lost. Among the dry trees, I saw Jesus looking for me. I'm here. It is I, Jesus. I have found you. Come to me. Let me show you the way back. Hear me. I, Jesus, am the way. Every time you feel lost, call me. I will come to you and I will show you the way. I am the way. Notice September 28th is the date of the message, and September 28th is the birthday of my son who had this vision. So there are a lot of experiences I had, spiritual experience I had by reading these messages of True Life in God, always going back to my father confessor, telling him of my spiritual experiences, which he confirmed were from God. So have a very spiritual life. God is real, and Christ is real, and he's alive. and he's waiting for you to unite with him. He'll always come to you when you feel lost. He'll always come to comfort you. And again, every time you open up the Holy Bible, he will give you an answer. I wrote a letter to one. I was asking questions concerning one of the people that seemed lost in his life, and opening up the Holy Bible to get an answer to every single question. And I gave this person this letter, my questions and the answers I got from the Holy Bible by opening up at random. You open up at random. And your guardian angel guides your finger. That is, God's Spirit guides your finger to open up and your eyes to look where he wants you to get the answer. So I hope that helps everybody. Please do this. Also, please make a note of everything that opens up to you, because God will make that happen. God bless you. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.